So if you go to New Balance's website and you look around, some of you guys probably just scroll right past this sneaker because it's not a flagship model or anything like that. And this is one of those sneakers that I think you could probably overlook if you're only looking at flagships. But this sneaker right here is actually really great in its own right. And I've been wearing them for the last week, and I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the New Balance 880 V12. That's right, V12, that's 12 versions of the 880. I wanted to let you guys know my thoughts from a casual perspective, and let's go ahead and get into the video. What is going on, guys? Hess here. Hopefully you're having a good day out there, and thank you guys for stopping by and watching. If you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Check out Collective Kicks in the description of the video for any sneaker deals that you guys are looking for each week. And then if you guys do want to buy a pair of these, I will link them over to New Balance's site in the description of the video. They are $135 and they do fit true to size in my opinion. Now, one other important thing that I wanted to note is if you have a narrow foot or an extra wide foot, New Balance actually has different versions of this sneaker, so definitely worth looking at that if you guys are interested. I personally went with the wide version of this sneaker, but honestly, I could have gone with just the regular standard pair because the wide version is really wide. So sometimes if you get a wide shoe and it's not quite as wide as you thought, or it just barely fits, this one, in my opinion, is going to be pretty significant because I have a ton of extra room across the toe box of this shoe. So right off the bat, I want to give you some information about this sneaker. This is the New Balance Fresh Foam X 880 V12, and it's $135. When it comes to running, going the extra mile isn't just a figure of speech. Whether it's a morning exercise, intense training, or head-clearing relaxation, a daily regimen of training miles combined with ordinary movement throughout the day demands a lot from a running shoe. With running comfortably for longer in mind, the 880 was built to provide consistent performance for a neutral runner. The Fresh Foam X 880 V12 is modernization that can be seen and felt. The soft foam compound and dual-layered midsole setup featured alongside a sleek jacquard mesh upper, which has strategic zones of support and breathability. And they have about 5 different colorways of these available. I went with a black and white pair because I have quite a few just regular black and white pairs. So this is the primary focus that I wanted to have on this video. For those people that are wanting to see the difference and the comparison between the 1080 V12 versus the 880 V12, because both of these are really good shoes. Like, honestly, this shoe is one of my favorite shoes that I've mentioned on this channel many times, the 1080 V12. Now, the 10, 11, and 12 have all been really good. It's just the overall shape and the feel of this shoe is something that I look forward to putting on my feet on a regular basis. And you guys mentioned in the comment section that you guys wanted to see an 880 V12. And I was like, you know what? It's brand new. Let's check it out. So I wanted to try it because the midsole has been completely redone on this shoe. The upper is completely redone. Everything about this shoe is completely different than the previous model. And I think that they did a fantastic job on it. So as I said in the description, it is a dual density foam. You can see the gray section in the front is actually a different foam than the Fresh Foam X. For the back heel section of the shoe, they wanted to use Fresh Foam X because it has a softer cushion. So as you're heel striking, as you're walking or running around, you'll have extra added like cloud-like protection back here that you can softly land on. And then they added a second layer of foam in the front, which is supposed to give you more of a responsive like bounce back off the toes. So it provides like a nicer toe off because of the different density there. And I'm not sure what the material is in the forefoot of the shoe, if it's fuel cell or not, but that's something I would recommend for New Balance if you're going to do a dual density and this is fuel cell, to label it so people know that you have Fresh Foam X and fuel cell. It might be a different mix of fuel cell, but honestly, that seems like a nice game changer of a model where you have dual density Fresh Foam and fuel cell. But regardless of what it is, it feels nice and soft and squishy in hand, and on feet it feels really good as well. So as soon as you put these on, if you just aren't wearing any sneakers all day, you throw these on, which is what I did. I got them in the mail, wasn't wearing sneakers in my house, threw these on. I was like, whoa, these feel really good. The midsole feels really nice. Kind of has a 1080 vibe in the back where you have the kind of revamped version of the heel, so it kind of divots in a little bit. Looks like a little bit of like a jelly bean or something like that back there. But I like that they have like a consistency between like the elevated models. So the 1080 is more of like the flagship one versus the 880, but it does have a similar vibe to it. Something that kind of, I don't know, just brings harmony to the line in general. I'd say the upper is probably the only area where it lacks, in my opinion, a little bit. The jacquard mesh is not bad, but I do like the stretchy mesh of the 1080 a bit better. But again, standard price, standard feel, not bad at all. If you hear all of that, it's actually hail outside. It's actually hailing outside of my house right now. One thing I noticed on the back, the heel stack is actually a little bit bigger on the 880 over the 1080, but the overall curvature and shape of the 1080 is just, again, something that I personally prefer because it has kind of like a nice rounded, not rockerish, but sort of rockerish feel as you're walking. It's just natural feeling to me, like the way that it's shaped, and I do, again, really like that. But the cushioning on the 880 is really good and definitely something that I was appreciating when I put on my feet. If I had to give this like a comfort rating, I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. Like, it's something that you can put on your feet and go, this is a good choice. And the fact that the rubber on the bottom is so incredibly thick, I feel like this is one of those shoes that's going to last you a long time, and really just a value sneaker. If you're looking for a shoe in that $135 range, there is a number of options from a bunch of different brands, but I think that this one would be in the top 3 of all of the ones that I would choose for that price point. In fact, if you guys want to see a video on that, leave a comment and let me know, because there's a ton of other options for that $135 price point. And there's a couple reasons why this one would make my top 3. The tongue and the heel cushioning is pretty standard on here. It's not anything crazy plush, but it's not bad at all. Obviously feels really good. But the midsole is definitely where this thing shines. The outsole traction gives this thing an extra little boost as well. The mesh upper makes this thing pretty breathable, and the overall style I think looks pretty nice as well. Some of the other colorways are a lot more fun. Again, my only issue was that I got a little bit too wide of a model, which is fun to be able to say that I could actually do that, because as somebody that has a wider foot, like, it's like crazy to me, like I got a shoe that was too wide. That's one thing about New Balance that I really love, that they have options for wide footers out there, like extremely wide footers apparently, because this is just the wide, not the extra wide version. But what do you guys think about the 880 V12? Is it something you guys have tried or not? I think this is tried and true. Obviously 12 versions in. They did some pretty big changes from the previous version, which I did try as well, but I don't have the V11 anymore. I gave it to my wife's little cousin. But I will say it's a really comfortable model, and really something that you should consider if you're looking for something that's like under $140 price range. I would definitely consider this like a value shoe, like a workhorse shoe, a daily trainer, something that you can wear on a regular basis. For people that don't have like a huge sneaker collection, you just want one shoe that's going to get the job done and they don't want to break the bank, this is a really decent option. And I would say that this version is better than the previous version. So if you had the option to get the previous version of this one, try, in my opinion, to get the V12, because it does have the updated midsole and outsole and everything. Nice option for those people that are looking. And again, thank you to you guys for leaving a comment in the comment section recommending this product to me. And because you guys, I've been wearing these again for the last week, and I've really enjoyed wearing them. If you guys go to New Balance's site, browse through, and if you see any models that you don't want to buy yet and you want to see me do a review on, leave a comment and let me know, and I'm happy to do that. But thank you again for stopping by and watching. If you guys want to buy a pair of these, again, link in the description over to New Balance's site. I do get a kickback, and lets New Balance's team know that you guys rock with the channel, and use my link to be able to make a purchase on their site. Much appreciated when you guys do that. But have a good rest of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you back for some more videos very soon. All right, peace, guys.